Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today I'm really going back in time with this beautiful playset from 1975. Legoland Box 364 Harbour. It's a real gem that I found at my favorite place, the flea market. I'm from 1980, so it's just before I was born, and I didn't have this as a child. So today I am going to build the set for the first time and discover and describe what I see. At first glance, you would think that it has not been played with yet, and I suspect that it has been in an attic for decades, because the condition is very good. Not only of the outer box, but especially inside. And hopefully of the parts too, which I'll find out later. A lot of attention has been paid to the artwork and design of the box. Very colorful, good layout, and very detailed. It's really a quality product. Don't forget that we're talking about the 1970s here, when the world looked completely different at that time. I think this in itself is beautiful to have in my collection, without even having built it yet. I have already done some research about the set, and I have learned a lot. So let's take a closer look. The set has the theme, Legoland. It consists of 470 parts and 7 minifigs. It's a harbor scene that consists of various buildings, vehicles, and figures. There are 4 separate boxes, and on each photo you can see which parts are included. Here we see a boat and a crane. Here a commercial building. This box contains a harbor house with pulley and also a police station. And this box contains the vehicles and the minifigs. So I'm going to build all those parts separately, and at the end they will be put together on this large cardboard. It is also in very nice condition, both the front and the back. Little wear or signs of use, and certainly no damage. When I found it, the cardboard was in the box like that. And if you didn't know any better, you would think it had to be that way. But I recently discovered this. Look! There is a kind of flap here that you can open. And this way you can slide the cardboard in and store it easily. It also gives some extra weight to the flap, which makes it easier to stay closed. I like the idea of the cardboard. That way you actually have an entire village with one playset. I have not found many sets with a cardboard. There is set 365, Wild West, also from 1975. And there is set 355, Town Center from 1972 without minifigures. In the 80s, you could buy individual plastic base plates and create your own city. And then these cardboards became no longer necessary. So this kind of cardboard is rather a rarity in the history of Lego sets, which is nice to have for a collector. I also wondered what this card is for, and whether anything is missing here in the middle. But the idea is to fold the sides of this card, and then you will see that this fits perfectly in the middle of the inner box. What I don't notice is the sticker sheet, so I can assume that it has already been played with, and the stickers have already been stuck on the bricks. What I have not yet been able to figure out is how the manual was originally in the box. Even though the box is big enough, I can see that it has been folded. When I look up photos of other owners, I see that the manual is folded in the same way. As I mentioned in previous reviews, this was apparently something that was standardly done during the production process in the Lego factory. That's too bad because you could store it perfectly unfolded here together with the cardboard. The manual still looks very good for being almost 50 years old. These are those typical drawings from the 70s. I think it is very positive that it's a small book size and not some kind of map which you have to open and takes up half of your table. This is very useful, and it's divided into different chapters of what you need to build. So it seems very clear to me. I will open box by box and finish everything nicely, and then at the end of the video we can review the end result in one total piece. I will follow the order of the manual and start with the company building. I see black, red and yellow bricks and a green base plate of 8 by 24. It's always a pity that stickers are stuck over different bricks. But sometimes you have to do that, because otherwise the sticker won't hang nicely in the middle of the wall. The construction experience is quite recognizable. I built many 70s houses like this in the past, with classic doors and windows, but I still enjoy doing it. It's old school Lego building. The transparent bricks and red slope bricks for the roof are a good change. And it's good that an opening has been left on one side. But unfortunately, that's the only thing this building has in terms of playability. It would have been better if this back was also partially open, so that some bricks could be placed in it. Using your imagination, there could be machines or goods, or even a simple brick and a plate as a table and chair. According to the manual, there is a transport truck together with this building. I have the bricks for the vehicles in a separate box. And I see that both stickers are still present. It's a fairly classic structure, but with some nice details for that time. At the front, a printed brick that represents a bumper with lights. And there are two types of wheels. There is one brick with single tires and two bricks with double tires. You cannot place a minifigure in the front, but you can put bricks in the cargo body. But unfortunately, no bricks are provided to represent goods. Here you see the company building and the truck together. It looks good, and especially very colorful. The next thing I'm going to build is the Harbour house, with a pulley system, and after that, a police station with the matching vehicles. I don't have a base plate for the Harbour house, but a grey plate of 6 by 16. The building experience is fun, and there is a nice variety in the dimension and shape of the bricks. I also like the choice of colors: red, blue, white, black and grey. It all fits together well. And then of course there is the pulley system. It's simple, yet well thought out. You might expect a winch here, but that would be much too big and too clumsy. I don't think that's necessary for such a short distance. The rope is between two 1x2 plates, so you can quickly bring bricks from bottom to top. It's always interesting when you can do some action with the set, which certainly improves the playability a lot. There could perhaps have been another window at the back, but in this building it bothers me less. Because there are plenty of openings, and it is not a full wall in one piece. This building is the only one without a sticker, which in fact would have been possible just under the blue doors. I think it's a good design, beautifully executed, and it has a high playability factor. Next is the police station. I have a green base plate 8 by 12 for this. The building experience here is also quite fun. Basic white bricks in different sizes, 2 doors, and also a lot of windows in 3 different sizes. Good design and color, a few nice details, and especially very positive that there are doors and windows on both sides of the building. The condition of the white parts is not great, and the playability is also quite limited in this building. I don't know if the base plate was the best choice here. A combination of plates and bricks as in the Harbour house would have been better. In my opinion, this would make it a real jetty, and the police boat would be able to dock, maybe even with a rope. The police office fits 2 police vehicles, a car and a boat. And you actually notice in these designs how creative the designers have to be with few bricks. The designs are very simple. Some plates, bricks, a transparent brick and wheels. A minifigure fits in here, at least half of it. There are just a few more parts for the boat, and also 2 bricks with nice stickers. A similar basic construction, and 2 half minifigs. The 4th and final box contains the parts for the boat and the crane. There are quite a few parts, and I see some interesting ones. This winch with a large yellow grab. 3 different traffic signs. A spruce. And some nice stickers. Unfortunately, 2 stickers are missing on the white bricks. I will first build the boat, and as a basis, I have a plate called Modified 6x16 with motor cut out wide. It looks a bit bent, but not damaged. This part only appears in 22 sets, and in a red version, only in 1 other set, so a rather rare part. The building experience here is also quite fun. Different sizes of bricks, and also curved bricks. Fun fact, in the old sets, the round bricks 1 by 1 all still have a closed stud. The loading platform is large, and you can store a lot of bricks in it with the crane. I like the wheels, that way you can even sail over the cardboard faster. But perhaps 4 more bricks or small plates could have been added at the end, so that the wheels would not be visible from the outside. The wheelhouse could perhaps have been a row higher, so that a minifig could fit inside. But it looks cool, and it's certainly a nice added value in this set. I have a green base plate of 8 by 12 for the crane, and it is therefore the same size as that of the police station. I will build a platform first, and then the crane itself. I also enjoy working with basic bricks, but I see some more special ones here as well. The huge gripping arm in particular is the eye-catcher of the set. The crane can rotate 360 degrees, and thanks to the hinges, the crane arm can also be adjusted in height, so that ensures a high playability factor. But the huge gripping arm seems to me here more of a disadvantage than an advantage. The distance of the rope between the top and the gripping arm is not that long, so you actually don't have to winch that much. It looks very cool and it is a nice part in itself, but perhaps a bit too much for this construction. A smaller model might have been better. This includes a 4th and final vehicle. It is also a transport truck, but the loading platform is designed in a different way. The minifigs were also a nice novelty at the time. It was in that year 1975 that they first appeared, and there are no fewer than 7 in total in this set. They didn't have any limbs or facial expressions yet, but from then on, they were a nice added value to a set. Once everything has been placed on the cardboard, it's a beautiful and colorful end result. It gives me a nostalgic feeling, and it's an accurate picture of what a Lego set looked like in the 70s. The closed buildings are really typical of that period, but you can easily solve that by building in your own way with self-chosen openings. With the bricks you have then left, you can create some interiors yourself and get creative. The only thing that bothers me about this set is that everything has to do with transportation. But apart from the 2 bricks in the Harbour house, no other bricks that represent goods are included. There is nothing to transport with the 2 trucks and nothing to grab with the crane and lift into the boat. I especially like having the set in my collection because of the historical value, the beautiful condition of the packaging, and the unique cardboard, but the set itself is not the most special that I have come across. Feel free to comment below this video, and don't forget to subscribe. It's free. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.